Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. At this time, we are entering a new part of our life where the field that we exist in is totally active around everyone, in every plane that we can possibly enter. You can feel our connection as soon as I start to speak, and the individual connection between each individual is totally unique. We've played with this for a while, and we've listened to Simmion, who's taken us way past where we've ever been before. And now I'm welcoming all of you into that field that exists everywhere. Your ability to just step out into nowhere is now complete. And your ability to make that appear in the physical world is also complete. There are going to be many changes around you, and you'll be above them, beyond them, and be able to see through them. Your clarity has increased enormously, and it will increase more. And as we speak about it, that special connection, a communication that has never been spoken about, has become clearer and clearer, where we know what each one of us is feeling, thinking, about to do, have done, and where it's all part of our normal existence. So we don't have to focus on it. It's just a little bit like you don't have to focus on the traffic and every car in it, even though you can hear them all. You can turn them off. You can have your focus on one car only, or on one person only. And that ability is starting to grow to the extent where you can't exist without it. So you can look through and beyond all the things that the world has played in front of you for many, many years. But the greatest thing is you can look from afar and see every aspect of yourself all at the one time. You can see the beauty of who you are. You can see all the possibilities, not that are offered to you, but that you are offering to the world. The capability of filtering and deciphering without even thinking is one of the greatest arts that the masters have ever presented to us, where you can look at what's being presented to you in the world and see it in a totally different light. Even though it may be emphasized as bad, you can see past all that. You can see what's on the other side, and you can see the reason behind it. But you don't have to reason it. It's natural in your normal flow. It's a little bit like walking through the woods or the bush. You don't look at every stone. You look at where you're going. And somehow, automatically, you get around everything. You don't kick your toe, and you don't fall over. But if someone said, list all the things on your trip, you would list all the beauty that's around you. You wouldn't list all the stones and the pebbles that you had to walk over, because you're capable of holding a vision just like you do in everyday life. So the vision is what's there for you in your world. There may be more there for other people to pick up in their world, But as we move forward, we look for the great gifts that we can give and for the great gifts that are offered us. We look at the scenery, we look at the beauty of the people and the interaction we have with the trees, the birds, the animals, and the colours. They are amazing. We've never seen these colours before because we have changed. And we've changed so much that we can look past anything and see what we want to see without making it up, without any desire. We just look past everything and we look from the other side. We look from every dimension. Each time we do this, our capability increases. Each time we talk about it, the energy flow changes and our interaction doesn't become an interaction, it becomes a dance, a beautiful dance with music and colour and sparkles and joy and frivolity and a little bit of mischief. And all that is the formula for magic and miracles. Our magic goes beyond technology, beyond the realms of history, and beyond the understanding of everyone. And that's why each one of us is so interesting to the other. That's why we have to let everything sit properly in the picture of the world and allow our automatic systems to filter out what is not meant to be in our field, or to change the interface of what that influence does in our field, right down to it changes how your body senses various things, hot and cold, pressure, non-pressure, beauty. And you find that all the things that you thought were being sent to you are not actually the same as thought. They are unique, individual, and they contain all sorts of colour and shade, black and white, and you don't have to decipher. You see it all, you feel it all, you enjoy it all. And as we move along into the future, the only influence we have on anybody is to enhance their life, to enhance everything around everyone, and to make sure that no matter what happens in the world, you're riding on top of the wave. Even in a major disaster, you're riding on top of the wave. And you will come through. And the magic will happen. And the mystery disappears because you're in the world of magic and miracles. And you're in the world of your Creator. And in all the realms beyond that are much, much bigger than the experience that you have on a daily basis. So as we step forward again, we can stay above everything, or we can just leave it all behind. And then, without turning around, still see where we're standing. With our eyes open, we can be everywhere. A bit like daydreaming. Everybody can do that. With eyes open and actively doing a task that you are expected to do. I always like the one where the young teenager doing schoolwork is actually at the beach and living the two worlds at once. We're capable of living 1,000,000 and more stories and worlds all at once. And we follow our spirit just like little children, and it grows. And the humor that comes out of you, even when you thought you were serious, is something to be proud of. It's something that comes out of nowhere, like everything else. It's from your origin, and it depicts the random movement of your spirit, the random access to words even. And many words come out of your mouth and you say, where did that come from? But now we have that life, and we have the immense comfort of having beautiful people totally interested in making sure that their interaction elevates your life and your interaction elevates their life. It's all to do with what turns your engine on. That engine, which is endless circulation of something that makes all the fields interact, produces electricity. The electric vision that people have actually turns into physical charge, and the glow around everybody, and particularly someone who's really turned on their engine, is obvious to everyone. And if I say just turn on your engine, it all starts. And the music and the flow and the beautiful dance of nature with the universal fields creates something that's way beyond any power we've ever known on this earth. So each one of you is 1,000,000,000,000 times more powerful than what you can possibly think. And occasionally you use it. The purpose of us being here now is to allow it to support us automatically, to not hold any signal back, and to continue to send out transmission and to give perfection to everyone and everything, so that the gifts from our origin are actually transmitted into the physical world. You've gone out and you've collected them all. You don't know what you've got. But as you start sending out your signals, as you're transmitting, you start to feel who you are. You start to feel an energy field grow in your body because you're sending. And it doesn't matter how much you send, you'll deliver more and more each time without expending any energy. In fact, you will grow energetically because you are sending as much out as you feel you can. And there is no limit. So we can change many of the features in the physical world by placing a beautiful field around them, or instructing that a continuous flow goes into a particular area, into a plant, into a person's life. And in doing so, we make an enormous difference to ourselves, to our life, to the people who really are not directly connected to you. But you change the situation in everybody's life because they're in a much more presentable field. They're in a room that has beautiful people in it. They don't have that sense of there's something wrong. So the more you deliver, the more that sense of something wrong will just go into nowhere. Because it's our purpose to continue to deliver the perfection of our Creator through the fields that are available to us and through our body, so that there is no such thing as fear. There is no such thing as destruction. And there is no such thing as need. We have that capability, and we join one another in presenting that as many times as we can. And for some reason, I'm being attacked by flies today. So you'll see my hands flying around all over the place. It's called the dance of the flies. A little bit strange when you look at a picture and you see everybody's hands flying up all over the place, but that's a common thing in many areas at this time. So I'll continue and relate to the fact that that disturbance was needed. We need to know that the world is something that we have to interact with. And each time we get a disturbance, we don't have to handle it. We just go with it. You don't react, you just go with it. And you'll find something unique happens. The brilliance that you have within you starts to stand out a little more because you're accepting whatever is there and handling nothing and watching what happens automatically. It's a beautiful thing. The greatest advancement in the world brings calmness. And the greatest feeling you can ever have is to be calm in all situations. Because that personal supercomputer, the one that belongs to you, actually switches on because of that calmness and the simplicity. And it starts to change the world around you. And it starts to bring a future in, one that's only seconds away, that is perfect, more perfect than anything you can think of. So the development of your future will continue through that calm approach to everything in life. And whenever there's a feeling that the world is getting on top of you, you just step past it. Go straight out into the wherever. Walk above the clouds. Go and look down from the stars. Play a little game with yourself. See if you can see where you live from way outside the universe. And you'll find many new things available each time because you dared to go outside the framework that you were told you were in. You're not in a framework. You're not held by anything but a massive interaction of random fields that maintain your position in the universe and maintain your position in your world, the one that belongs to you, and only you. So we've reached the end of a series of interactions where we've shown one another that we can be anywhere. And we've shown one another the majesty of our being. And now it's time to see what we can do with it. How doesn't matter. It's time to see, to look into the light that you didn't think you could see in, and start to see everything, every being, every solution. There's a solution before there's a question. And if you look at it, you don't have to do anything. It just comes into reality. You don't have to sort anything out. You just look forward, just like you would driving a car. And that automatic part of you, the simplicity, navigates where it's got to go. Very much in automatic. And a skill that you demonstrate in every circumstance from here on in, or just like the skill of driving a racing car. Precise, steady, using skills and abilities that are outside normal understanding, taking you through what might be barriers just by walking straight through, entering different phases of life that would have frightened you in the past just by walking straight in, by standing tall when the circumstances say you should collapse. It doesn't take anything except the knowing that you have mastered all these things. And those who have come before you have mastered many things that you don't have to master, because it belongs to you as well. And when you stand tall and walk in the realms where the masters, what I say, not just live, they hang out there, you will feel an enormous buzz. And you'll know that they all know you're there, because they see you in the same light that you see them. They see you as an accomplished master in many, many things. And they take special note to make sure that you feel the honor and respect, simply because you invited yourself into their field. And the key to it all is to remember that you can invite yourself into the world of your Creator and any part of it at any time, because that's your home. And that's your origin. And it keeps moving and changing pattern. And it's nothing to do with anything that's written, but it's exactly what you know, exactly where you can go, and exactly to the formula that you know about. And no other person in the world or the universe knows that, or even part of it. So feel your uniqueness and experiment a little bit, because this is the opportunity we all have to change the direction of flow from total output from us to total output from everyone. We are beings that deliver gifts. We don't need anything else, because as soon as we start to deliver the gifts, the energy starts and we've got everything running free. And we can step over the moon easily because we don't have to prove it to anyone. You are the master of your world and everything in it. And you have the total respect of everyone and everything. And the more you experience that, the more it will grow. Because it's always been that way. It's only in the physical world that it got pushed to one side. So when you're everywhere, doing your own thing, having the time of your life, just like little kids sitting there playing in the sand, you are a natural, majestic being with all the magic that's required and the ability to create miracles that don't have to be proven. They will prove themselves, and they will appear continually over and over and over in your life. As long as you can see yourself as the majestic being, it will happen. And you will step forward every day, every morning as a different person. One that you don't even know yourself. Because we're never the same twice. We never look the same twice. And we never act the same twice. And if you try to move exactly the same way twice in a row, you won't achieve it. There are so many variables in our world and in the world of our Creator that we have to have that superhuman capability to decipher all the variables, all the abnormalities, and see that they're not abnormal. They're only abnormal if we try to run to a pattern. So nothing in your life is ever going to be the same. And nothing in the next second can even be the same. Play with the fact that there's only the human being that exists everywhere, that actually lives forever by changing form, by changing experiences. And the more you understand that you cannot understand through your mind, you will understand beyond everything you've ever known. And you'll understand exactly what to do and how it works, because it was designed by you. So look forward to your own majesty, to your own uniqueness, and to being in a state where you don't have to judge anything. You just live and you watch your interface control what happens to your experience. Allow the magic to be in that gap between you and the physical world. And you'll be continuously buzzing and feeling great no matter what's happening. Because that magic will control what you feel, what you give, how you perform, and it won't depend on what you're looking at as a standard. It will make sure that you're okay, even though it looks like you're not. So smile when you look in the mirror and know that you're looking at another person, one that's looking back at you from all sorts of places. And then you'll see what it's like to look from a million dimensions at once and see the hologram of yourself in a whole different light each time you blink your eye. So enjoy everything you've got and continue to wish everybody a perfect life, perfect health, and a very big magic future. Thank you, everyone.